Year after year, we've seen the Cartier travel with style Concours d'Elegance. This is the fourth installment with its heady display at the Jaipur Polo Grounds in the national capital. Curated by the renowned Indian automotive historian Manvendra Singh Barwani, the event is the coming together of some of the rarest, the best preserved vintage automobiles from across India.
It has raised the bar of car restoration in the country, and I feel also very proud that a lot of youngsters are taking interest in this hobby and achieving remarkable success in the way they are going. It's always been 50, 55, 60, but this time I've gone a little more than nearly 80 cars.
Owners and collectors of vintage and classic automobiles showing off their passion, each a remarkable story of restoration.
This was originally a 1928 Phantom 1, which was bought by the Maharaja Sahab of Bhavnagar, got into India, and Maharaja Sahab then used this car till the 50s. Somewhere in the early 50s, 51, 52, he gave it to the Bhavnagar Municipal Authority to be used as a fire tender. Everything in the car is original. Today, the spark plugs in the car are all original.
Launched in January 1930, this is the Cadillac V16, the car that was in production until 1940.
I was lucky to find this on eBay. It was a car which was mostly in cartons. The body was standing over the chassis, but beyond that, most of the body parts, panels were in cartons. The engine was in a carton. We found it in US on the East Coast. And it was an obvious invitee for Cartier, being the only 16-cylinder car in this country so far, known car at least.
Some timeless sets of wheels, all judged on parameters like originality and current condition in various categories. The two new categories added this time are the Piccolo Fiat class, celebrating the Italian company's famous small cars, and the Veteran class, for motorcycles from the dawn of motoring until 1930.
I think two cars stand out specifically. One is the Minerva, which has been beautifully presented, and the other here, right here, is the Barker-bodied Rolls-Royce Phantom 1. Both represent different elements, but both are magnificent motor cars. I thought the Moon had a wonderful engine, 2 banks, 4 cylinders, 2 and 2. And the gentleman who owned it told me he had rebuilt it entirely himself in just over a year.
The criteria that we keep in Cartier, which is very important, which is my strongest suggestion, which has been accepted by Cartier in the international community, is that we'll only have cars which have been restored in India.
Well, as a business, there's a significant growth we're seeing in the restoration of vintage and classic cars in India. And that's a space that Aspire will watch very closely.